Okay, Virgo, so I just asked the universe about the person on your mind and what would be their next actions towards you. And I feel, because we have the Queen of Wands here, this could personify another party because you are generally represented by the Queen of Pentacles. But what I'm seeing is, with the Eight of Pentacles here, this is someone putting in the effort because they're seeing you as worthy, as valuable. They're understanding that they need to make you feel valuable if they want to be with you, and that they can't, so they have to put in the work, and this is them being willing to do that. Also, with the King of Swords here to the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, I feel like with the King of Swords, this is someone almost, it's almost like they're trying as hard as they can to not be self-indulgent, to just do what they need to do, to not make things about their emotions, to not make things about their passions, but to just be like, I'm going to soldier in and soldier through and do the things that I need to do to do right by Virgo. I'm going to try and build them up and make them feel good because they deserve it. And this could be after a period of time where they had been more self-indulgent, kind of making you feel badly. With the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, this is them feeling like maybe things are not exactly where they want them to be right now. Or maybe this is them feeling like they don't have a lot of time. Like that with the snake here, that there needs to be transformation in the situation, but that they need to kind of scurry and hurry because there isn't a lot of time. But as I was doing this shuffle as well, the Four of Wands jumped out, showing that this person intends a relationship with you. They want, and I'm sensing also, they want to build a home with you is what they want. They want to create a shelter for you. They want to make a place where you feel safe, where you feel loved, where you feel wanted, and they want to build a home with you. Yeah, oh my goodness, yes. So this is someone who has not moved on from you. They still desire the Ten of Cups with you. They're still, even if things have been rocky, they are still holding on to this vision of love, of true happiness with you. They maybe feel like they're under a bit of negative judgment at the moment. You could be dealing with a fire sign or an air sign. Could be dealing with any sign really, but with the Judgment in the reverse, this is on the Page of Wands in the reverse, they're maybe feeling not quite as passionate, but again, I'm sensing that this is more of like a responsible energy. This is someone realizing that it's not just supposed to be about their feelings all the time and their whims, that they're supposed to understand logically that they need to do something and then go and do it, whether or not they're in the mood to do it, whether or not they feel like doing it, but they just need to go and do it. And I feel like this is someone, transitioning into that space, which is great. With the Seven of Cups to the Sun in the reverse, I feel like because this person is so... they could certainly be someone who has options, but I'm sensing that this is more about trying to figure out what will make Virgo happiest. What can I come in and do that will make them happy? With the Sun here, you could be dealing with a Leo. Yeah, and also strong Leo because we have Judgment here, and that's fixed signs. But yeah, with the Seven of Cups here to the Sun, I feel like this is them wanting to bring happiness to your life to the greatest degree. And again, with the snake here, again, transformation. This is someone who wants to transform the situation and probably maybe even themselves a bit. But they feel like they're trying to figure out what will make you happiest. And I think that they are sensing that a safe home is what you really want. Maybe you've told that to them in the past. They want a safe place. They want a place to be safe. A place to be safe, a place to be loved. A sanctum. Whether it's just as a relationship or whether it's a physical place or both. And they're understanding that that's what you want. That's what you truly want. So with the Ace of Pentacles here, they are wanting to offer this to you. They want to come in and offer you something solid because they want to come into the Ten of Cups with you here. With the Ten of Swords, it's possible that there could have been either an ending between the two of you or a prospective ending. But this is someone who's, I think that they're understanding that this is like this is their last ditch effort, is that they realize that if they really want to make things right with you, they've got to come in solid. They've got to come in steady. They've got to really put in effort to give you something good and valuable. So I sense with this Nine of Swords here, they maybe do feel the desire to hesitate, but they know that they can't. I think what they're doing right now, probably at this very moment, is ruminating on what it is exactly that will make you happy, that they can offer you. Because yeah, with the Ace of Pentacles to the Ten of Swords, they're understanding it's either all in or all out. They can't, they can't have both. They have to either they have to commit and offer you something that's valuable. They can't string you along. They can't breadcrumb you. They have to just, give you something that is actually valuable and be stable. Or they have to accept that it will be over for good, pretty much. So, but they do want this Ten of Cups with you. This is just them understanding essentially the situation, the pressure that's in the situation. So this is them sitting and trying and thinking about what it is that they can offer you. I would sense that because we have the Four of Swords here, that they might not be speaking at the moment, but it's because they're trying to decide, what is it that I should offer Virgo. And I'm not seeing that they're trying to decide if they want to come in. I think they absolutely do. With the Eight of Pentacles here and all the other cards, this is someone who they know that they want to come in. They're just understanding the gravity of the situation, that they have to come in with something good, if they're, or else they're going to fail. So let's get you guys an oracle card. I'd say that they're hoping. So universe, I just ask about my the person on my Virgo's mind. How do they feel towards Virgo? Interesting. Yeah, so they want to bring peace to this situation, balance, harmony, and friendship. They want to come in and offer something that, yeah, I'd say that before there was conflict, and they're really wanting to bring peace into the situation and make you happy. Yeah, they definitely are thinking about how attracted they are to you. They're definitely attracted to you. They feel passionate towards you. Universe, how does my Virgo's person feel towards Virgo? Interesting. Yeah. So they could be going through, I feel like they're also trying to make themselves desirable by maybe going through some healing, releasing or purifying. Trying to, be as grounded and centered as they can so they're not coming in chaotic. Yeah, there could have been some resentment or some bitterness, some hurtful words in the recent past. But I'm sensing from the situation that it was probably that you were upset with them. Or, they could feel some bitterness themselves, but maybe they're, trying to understand that maybe it was not even your fault. Maybe it was sort of triangulation or projection from another situation. But I feel like they want to come in and heal that with you. Or heal that within themselves, or both. So what can you tell me about my Virgo's person? How do they feel about Virgo? How do they feel towards Virgo, and what do they want with Virgo? So I feel like maybe they've been kind of avoiding the situation. You could be dealing with somebody who has avoidant tendencies. They've been sort of pushing the situation away and blocking it, but they want to come out of that because it's in the reverse here. I think that they're realizing that if they were blocking you out and pushing you away, that it was just because of their own stuff, that it was not because of you. Can you tell me anything else about how my Virgo's person feels towards Virgo? Yeah. They see you as being open-hearted, receptive, empathic, and vulnerable, and they understand that they need to do that as well, to have love. That you can't be closed off, bitter, or egocentric, or prideful if you want to have real love. And so they're trying to do that. Interesting. Obsession. Infatuation. So I feel like this person has been engaging with this situation maybe from a place of extremities. You know, there's nothing wrong with, you know, I mean, so they're thinking about you a lot. They're probably having a lot of ecstatic feelings in one direction or the other, either, you know, intense happiness and joy, or else just absolute dejection, because the next card after that is rejection, abandoned, dismissed. And I feel like they're seeing that, like, they've been going through these cycles in their own mind and in their own emotions that aren't necessarily a reflection of you or how you feel, you know. And so they're coming to understand that, you know, that they were taking their own experiences from their own life and or their own perceptions, and then projecting them and onto you, and maybe even getting angry, you know, about their feelings or their experiences when they weren't even, you know, from you. Universe, can you give me another card? How does my Virgo's person feel towards my Virgo? What will be their next moves towards Virgo? Oh gosh, get ready to be wined and dined. They want to take you out for a date. Oh my gosh, that's pretty clear. It's pretty straightforward. Fire sign, yeah, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you could definitely be dealing with a fire sign. What is it that they want? Can you tell me? Actually, I think we've already asked that, haven't we? Is there anything else you can tell me about what is coming up from my Virgos? Interesting. Okay. Well, this person could have some problems with addiction that they've been dealing with. So you might want to keep that in mind. All right, so let's get some other clarifiers for you guys. What is this Eight of Pentacles to the Queen of Wands? Oh, wow. So the Ten of Pentacles. This is this person just seeing they're all in. Like, they really want to commit. They really want to, I mean, I don't see this as being, usually this would be for me like a big signal of like another person, another party, a third woman or a second woman. But because there's no other queen here, it feels like it's got to be you. I mean, it really does. It feels like they're seeing you as like, because the Queen of Wands is usually the one who's seen, you know, sort of as like beautiful and sexy and desirable and, you know, all those things. All the other queens are more about positive female qualities, but this one's more about like, you know, being about self-worth because it's the wands. And they're seeing you as like, they're all in. They want to fully invest in this. They want to put in, you know, all the effort that they can, and they're feeling ambitious. Universe, what can you tell me about this Queen of Wands? What can you tell me about this Queen of Wands? Yep, it's you. It's the Hermit. They want you, I think they're understanding you better. I think they're understanding, I almost feel like they've gotten a glimpse into your nature and seeing that you don't necessarily, you know, it's like you don't necessarily share, that you might not seem as emotive as other people because you keep it inside, but it's just because there are greater depths that you need to protect. You know, it's like the more sensitive that someone is, the more they have to protect, and the more hard it is for them to open up in the presence of potential emotional threats. And I think they're coming to see your value more and more. It's like they're coming to see the things about you that were hidden and elusive are coming out into the light, and they're not just, you know, only known to you anymore. They're coming to see these things inside of you. What is this Queen of Wands to the King of Swords? So yeah, I mean, I feel like this King of Swords is really just yeah, and I think that maybe they're sensing too that you could be dealing with some sort of instability in your life. They could be worried about whether or not you're going to stay single, because they see that you're very valuable, and they think like, I need to snatch Virgo up before somebody else does. But you could be dealing with some kind of instability in your life, some kind of less than ideal circumstance, and maybe that could be another reason why you know, you haven't been able to openly share your emotional nature, is because maybe, you know, you haven't felt safe in your living situation or your work situation or something like that. And I feel like they're just understanding your circumstances more and why that maybe masked your emotions in the past or masked your true motives, but they're coming to see that now. And with the King of Swords, this really just feels like an energy of like them pulling back and being responsible, you know, of them being kind and not being self-focused, not being all about themselves, and realizing I need to be stop being so self-indulgent, and I need to think of Virgo. I need to place Virgo higher up in my priority, you know, list, and just take better care of them, I suppose. You know, this is someone who's like, I want to give you love and stability and security. And you know, it's like there's when a man is in the Wands energies, he's more about like how great he is and how attractive he is and how desirable he is and how great he feels. But the King of Swords is more about like detached from those you know, levels of existence. He's being more logical and kind of taking a back seat. And that's really noble, and it's really cool. It's really kind. What is this King of Swords to the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse? Yeah, so this person does not want to lose out on an opportunity with you. With the King of Pentacles here, they are trying to embody the energy of, you know, of responsibility, of earth, of stability, because they understand that you deserve that. And, you know, you're a person of pentacle energy, and so they're trying to match you, is what I'm sensing here. They also understand that they've taken too, this feels like somebody who's understanding that they've wallowed too long in their own emotions. They've wallowed too long in their own petty frivolities, I suppose you could say. You know, not to say that emotions are frivolous, but they've wallowed too long in their own sort of petty, you know, of the moment feelings, that they need to be more solid. They need to be more grounded and logical, and not, you know, either emotionally frivolous or frivolous in terms of, you know, in terms of self-esteem, you know, moment to moment changing things. Yeah, they're realizing that they need to that they are the ones who've kept the situation out in the cold, and that they need to take action to take the situation out of the cold. Yeah, that they had not they were the ones who were basically making everything fall apart and not be cooperative because maybe they weren't making a choice in the past. You could be dealing with a Gemini. But with a double Gemini here, also another Virgo possibly, and with the Magician in the reverse, they were not owning the power that they have. You know, the Magician has everything here that he needs, but in the reverse, in this particular case, it feels like this was somebody who was not acknowledging that the power was in their hands. And so the fact that the wheel was in reverse was really their fault, because they weren't taking advantage of what they had available to them to make things right. They were being too self-indulgent. Yeah, and so with the 10 of Wands in the reverse, they were just giving up and being like, oh, wow, huh? But they're realizing how self-indulgent that was now. What is this 4 of Wands, universe, in this situation?